Today on Destination Polaris, we're in Las Vegas for the Mint 400. It's the roughest, best in the desert off-road race in North America.
Crazy, isn't it?
For this one class for desert racing, it's definitely the biggest.
It's a battle for the title on Destination Polaris right now.
Welcome to Destination Polaris. We are in Las Vegas for the Mint 400. This is the granddaddy of off-road racing.
We're in downtown Las Vegas. Let me hear ya!
Fremont Street, icon of Las Vegas, right here.
Entering the Picture Challenge Arena, we've got 8 lovely ladies vying for the title of 2014 General Tire Miss Mint. Give it up for them, Las Vegas! Danny Mathers.
The KFC picture competition is underway.
I love it. This is what the Mint 400 is all about.
The Mint 400 is the Super Bowl of off-road racing. It's big, it's loud, and it's impressive.
This is like the pinnacle right here. This is crazy. It doesn't get any better than this.
The Mint 400 is just simply epic. All these people from all around the world that are visiting in Vegas can walk down, see all these race vehicles and all the vendors that are displaying. And they can come down here on Fremont Street, check out all the festivities.
Right now on Fremont Street, you've got tech and contingency going on. It's a great chance to meet the drivers and check out their machines.
I'm Blake Vanderloo. I race with Jagged X Racing, 1919 car. We're racing a 4-seater 900 XP for Polaris Industries.
I'm Scott Kiger with the 1934 Coastal Racing Polaris, built by Mark Holtz and Walker Evans.
I'm Justin Lambert with Cognito Motorsports. We're racing the 1918 Polaris UTV. Of course, we're out here racing a Polaris XP1000 on Cognito product that we're able to test in the desert during a race and prove our product, prove that it works and that it lasts. In 2014, the team of Cognito Motorsports is factory sponsored by Polaris. We're stoked about that.
You also might bump into some Mint 400 legends.
Former Formula One driver.
Parnelli Jones, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause.
There's some guys that helped shape the off-road world. It's awesome to see that.
I got to talk to Parnelli Jones this morning, and you're meeting one of your heroes. That was incredible.
These guys are all hoping to become legends themselves one day, but it won't be easy. This is the largest UTV class ever assembled.
The count up to date is there's 52 UTVs, and I believe 36 of them are in the Pro UTV class. That is the biggest Best in the Desert turnout ever for UTVs. I would say last year, I think there were 20 UTVs, 20 to 25. We got twice that this year. That's insane. The growth is phenomenal. 2014, the Mint 400, UTVs look like we have the third largest class.
The turnout for the UTV race for this Mint 400 is off the charts. This will be the biggest UTV turnout for any race I've ever been in.
Blake and the Jagged X team have won multiple Best in the Desert championships, but never the Mint.
We are first in the points, just got the championship last year by the skin of our teeth, off to a strong start this year. We run 2 cars in the series. We definitely have a bullseye on our back.
They'll be up against last year's champion, Scott Kiger of Coastal Racing.
It's like everything else. It always seems easier to win it the first time than it does to do it back-to-back. This is a new car for us. Mark from Holtz Racing's been building this car for about 3 months. This is a first race for us, but we're really looking forward to putting this car out there and racing.
And don't count out Cognito Motorsports. They're factory backed for the first time this year.
Usually every race we're somewhere in the front to top 5, so we drew dead last year. And by the end of the first lap, made our way to first place and then had a failure, put us out of the race totally. So we're here to redeem ourselves.
So now we've set the stage. When we come back, we get the race underway. You're watching Destination Polaris.
Destination Polaris is brought to you by ITP, the world's #1 aftermarket ATV and UTV tire and wheel source. And by Progressive Insurance. Think easier, think Progressive. And by Hatfield McCoy, where the trail riding adventure begins.
Welcome back to Destination Polaris. We're in Las Vegas for the Mint 400. It's the premier race in the Best in the Desert off-road racing series.
The Mint 400 is an iconic race, and they've been pumping it up.
Anytime you can be a part of something that's been as long and the history of the Mint, it's really special to be part of that.
The Mint 400, I would say, is the biggest race as far as the venue and the promotion and the things that your spectators can get involved in.
Most desert racing is, off the beaten path that not everyone can get to, so this is attainable for people.
Cognito is pumped to be part of that. This is our 3rd year. This race, we're going to compete in our Razor 4 XP 900. It's myself driving the full 200 miles, and from lap 1 to lap 2, it's going to be 2 totally different courses. Yeah, you're going to make the same turns, the same straightaways, but as far as the technicality and the roughness and where rocks are and things, it changes completely. We're going to have some sand wash, we're going to have some hard dirt, whoops, washouts, you name it, boulders.
The actual race takes place about a half hour outside of Las Vegas. It's 2 laps through the desert, 100 miles per lap.
We're coming to win this race. We're prepared. There's no reason why, if we don't have our game face on that day, we wouldn't win.
Cognito will be tough to beat, but so will Jagged X and Coastal Racing.
Desert racing's almost always the same. It's just playing it smart. You got to be smooth. You got to be smart. There's a time to be fast and push it, but you gotta keep those times down to a minimum.
All the planning and prep work is finally done. Let's get the race started.
Feel pretty good. Just after 6 a.m. Cars are leaving the line.
Feel good, only threw up once. Good morning. Always nervous first thing in the morning, but feel real good. Car felt good, so we're excited.
Just waiting here at the starting line, getting staged. Feeling good, we're ready. Car's all prepped and ready to go.
Today's a big day, and you don't want to let anybody down, so you want to make sure you put a good race together. And these guys have put a lot of time and effort into this car, so you want to make sure you do everything right and leave Mark a car to drive.
We've got to keep it calm. There's a lot of vehicles starting ahead of us.
Okay, 1912. Right behind 1916.
Carefully work our way through all the cars and just keep calm and work our way to the front.
You're not going to win it in the first lap, but you sure can lose it in the first lap.
It's the mid 400. We're ready to go.
The racers will go off the start line in pairs every minute until they're all on the course.
Right now we're at main pit. The UTVs are about 25 miles out, so pretty heated race already.
But there's already trouble on the course for one of the top teams.
About mile marker 20, we lost a tire.
We just had a flat tire. Really dusty out there. Some guys behind us just had to pass. I think they clipped my rear tire. Pretty sandy right here, so we had a little issue changing it. But we're going now.
We gave them a new tire in pit, and they're on their way. Right now they're about 20th spot. They're just now coming into about pit 2, and they're starting to pick some people off. But we've been hearing that a lot of guys are losing tires this year. We're hearing it's a rough course. You know, every time they call in, you can tell they're getting beat around in the car.
Meanwhile, at the 50-mile mark, Brandon Schuler and the 1919 Jagged X team has made up ground quickly after starting in 28th. They're already up to 3rd place when they begin to wage an epic battle with Jagged X teammate Matt Parks and Coastal Racing.
We got into an epic battle with Brandon Schuler in the 1919 Jagged X Polaris XP900 and the brand new Coastal Racing, Holtz Racing built XP1000, and the three of us were hooked nose to tail with a helicopter flying right next to us. Coastal got by us, I got by him again, Brandon got by us. It was just back and forth, nose to tail.
Me and Parks actually got into it a little bit. He got into the back of me in a turn. I just kind of brake checked him.
Really fun, because that's what it's all about. We're racing here.
More racing coming up next as teams begin to battle in the desert.
Pull that vent tube out of there.
And the desert begins to win. You're watching Destination Polaris.
Destination Polaris is brought to you by Power Sports Place, ATV and UTV Performance, powered by Summit Racing. And by Aluma Trailers, the best aluminum trailer available. And by Super ATV, your trusted source for high-quality off-road parts and accessories.
Welcome back to DP. We're in Las Vegas for the Mint 400. The race is about halfway over as teams begin to make their first pit stops.
It looks like we're second on course, I think, right now. We're about 10 miles out, so far Scott's had a clean lap. They should be coming in here in about probably 10-15 minutes.
Right now we're in between Cognito and Coastal's pit. You know, those guys are going at it, so should be close as they come in, and pit strategies can play a lot into this race. It's pretty funny. Both these guys are Polaris factory teams, but they battle, you know, and they're super competitive. Both of them are really fast.
First into the pits, Scott Kiger and the Coastal Racing team.
Holes is fast. Mark Holes gets in a car and he can do things in a UTV that most guys can't do in a car. The guy's a maniac in a UTV.
It was good. It was dusty in the first couple sections. Some big rocks out there. We had to just pick our way through, but it went really well. I tried to pass a car and hit a big rock in the dust and kind of tore the skid plate up, but other than that, no flats. Car ran great. It was a great race.
Meanwhile, Cognito Motorsports preps for their pit stop.
First, we're going to fuel up the car. Car should be pretty low on fuel. Then we're gonna just look over the car. We're gonna make sure our axles and CVs are in good shape. That's always been something out here that's another part that fails often. So we're gonna check all of our boots, axles, suspension mounting points. We hope that we'll be able to do all this with fuel in under 2 minutes. I need to get a dump can. Where's my fuel cap? Here, hold the ratchet. It's the wrong side. That's it.
Go all the way to the other side. Let me check the other side.
That's it.
All right, go.
Well, our crew came in, they needed some fuel. We did a look over on the car, and we had some loose tie rods. So we were able to fix that real quick and send them on their way. No clutch problems, no broken parts, everything looked good. They made up about 9 places in the last pit, so they're jamming out there.
When we come back, it's a mad dash to the finish line. You're watching Destination Polaris.
Destination Polaris is brought to you by Rockford Fosgate, car audio for fanatics, and by DJI, the future of possible, and by Maui Jim Sunglasses, the fastest growing premium polarized sunglass maker in the world, and by Progressive Insurance. Think easier, think Progressive.
Welcome back to Destination Polaris. We're in Las Vegas for the Mint 400, and one of the race leaders is in major trouble.
Pull that vent tube out of there. Get another one of these out of the other truck. They're loose, they're off.
When Coastal Racing left the pits, they were in second place. But just over a mile into their second lap, their transmission blew up.
How are we doing on time? Huh? 2 hours.
They got the car back into the pits, swapped out the tranny, and in just over an hour got back on the course. Unfortunately, they won't finish among the top today. Turns out, Cognito Motorsports was just as unlucky.
So we lost a transmission, and we're at mile marker 52. We're gonna take our crew, we're gonna head out to the prison road, and they're gonna tow our car out. We're gonna see if we can change the transmission, fix it in time, finish this race. It's gonna be fast, but we're gonna have to work hard, so we gotta go.
I know we're in Las Vegas, but what are the odds of this happening? Two teams blow two transmissions that are pitted right next to each other. Meanwhile, Blake Vandeloo and Brandon Schuler of the 1919 Jagged X team sits in second place when they catch a major break. Only the 1926 of Jason Frazier stands in their way when suddenly Frazier blows a tire and Schuler screams by. No one would catch him.
Fuel feel great, actually. It feels good to win. It feels good to actually have a good race here at the Mint 400. We've had 2 rough goes at it, and Brandon pulled it through this time. The traffic was brutal. We started 28 in our class, stacked up 5-6 deep in cars. It was awesome. Brandon just keep working through the dust, working around them. Feel great. Feels great to win the Mint.
Brandon Sims and his Polaris RZR would take second place.
This is my first Best in Desert race, so that's great. Great to finish, but yeah, it was a blast. We started off the line 4th, got I think 3/4 of the way through the first lap, got on a dry lake bed. This thing was running 82 miles an hour down the lake bed, and then went through pits, got back out of the lake bed, and 55 was max. We were running 55 miles an hour max from that point till now. We got into pits, we pulled the clutch cover off, couldn't see anything visually, had to change a tire in the pits, and once we got out, we had to pass a couple people. Then we blew another tire just about 20 miles back and got passed by the guy in front of us. Fortunately, we made it. We had to nurse her, but it made it. I love competition, and it was a blast.
Matt Parks and his Jagged X team came in 4th.
It was a brutal day, very rough, rocky course. The dust just, at the first lap, the dust just hung in there. Cars, carnage everywhere, but bottom line is we had a blast. Did well. It's the second desert race for the new XP1000, and it's certainly fast.
Congratulations to my teammate Brandon Schuler. Looks like he's got the overall win.
Our whole team is awesome. We have a ton of people that come out here. They help us out so much. They helped me out in the pits. They helped Matt out in the pits. I mean, it was awesome. I couldn't ask for more. Everyone has those races. You know, Vegas Reno was our race for a long, long time. Well, this race was high on my list this year. I've never done good at it. I finally did it, and I'm happy, very happy.